You're on.
Okay, so if you want to ask questions, you can. I would suggest you leave the questions for the end. And if I don't know something, which I'm not the best, I'm not the biggest technical guy on heat pumps, I'll definitely find out for you anything you need to know.
Okay.
So we're gonna go, just like I said, we're gonna go over the basics of a heat pump. This was for you, Kick-Ass Pools by Dr. BK.
Okay.
Let's start off. We're gonna get some benefits for the homeowner, and we're gonna go over the benefits for you, the company. Benefits of a heat pump. What are the benefits of a heat pump for your homeowner? What are you gonna tell that customer so that you can sell that heat pump?
Mm-hmm.
First, maximizes the enjoyment of the swimming pool investment. You'd want to consider that. They want to consider that as an investment, not just something that they're buying. It's going to be an investment because it's going to benefit them in the long run in many instances. One of them, your family can exercise, relax, swim, and entertain in water, even when there's a chill in the air. That's since my territory is the Caribbean, since we're right now in the Caribbean, we know that not the whole year it gets a little cold, even here in the Caribbean. It's cold, that doesn't get to freezing levels like overseas, but it does get cold, and people I know do not use their heat pumps in November, December, January, where it gets a little chilly. It still gets a little chilly. And the mountains here also have a little chill in them. Also, you'll be able to spend more quality time and enjoyment with your family and friends. That's something you're going to tell to your client. Therapeutic value, health issues, if they have health issues and arthritis, studies show that warm water and doing exercise in a pool, if you do exercise in the pool for 6 months, could you imagine what you do for 12 months? It got a more comfortable experience year-round, exercise, just like I mentioned, and family fun time anytime year-round. It's like a staycation with when you get the heat pump, when your customer gets the heat pump. So now let's go through the basics of how a heat pump works. I can show you the very basics, and then I could really get into technical numbers. We're gonna do the basics right now. Free heat is taken out of the outside air and transferred in the pool. I use the air conditioner. It's the opposite of an air conditioner. Perfect explanation. The heat is taken from the outside air. It's transferred into the pool water. So it's not actually making the heat, but it's actually transferring most of the heat from the outside air into the pool, that's the only electrical phase that it's using. A heat pump is essentially a mechanical collector of solar energy. We're not going to say that it's not taking heat from the sun, but we are going to say it's like a mechanical collector. We could explain it more by saying it's a heat pump, but it's not dependent on the sun, but it will work rain or shine. So it's all about the air outside and how hot it is and how cold it is. A heat pump doesn't burn energy. That's the whole point of a comparison between a heater, a gas heater, and this heater. It doesn't burn energy to create it. It only uses a small amount of energy to transfer free heat from the air into the pool. So that's the big part of the efficiency of a heat pump. It's not making it, it's just transferring it. And the bottom says the process results in as much as 680 efficiency, coefficient of performance, which we'll go over a little later. Now here's a very basic way to explain to a client how it works. There's a fan inside the heat pump, draws the warm air through the evaporator, and 85% of the heat that goes into your pool is collected through there. So that's what makes the heat pump so efficient. The heat pump transfers the air, just like I said, transfers the heat through the air into the swimming pool, and the cold air out. As to how it's being done and everything, very, very simple. And these are things that you can explain to a client when you're sitting down with them, because in reality, they want to know the basics and how it works. So, pool water goes into a titanium condenser. This is how it works, just like an AC unit backwards. Cool refrigerant is pumped in. It's in the heat pump. It drives the cool refrigerant up to the evaporator coil, and there's the fan right here that collects the air into the evaporator coil. So as that's going up, the refrigerant is warming up, starting to warm up. But just like I said, 85% of that heat is collected through the air. So now it goes in through a compressor. The compressor turns that liquid into the hot vapor refrigerant. Now it starts. Now that's where all the heat that's collected in the air is all compressed. So the heat collected in the air with the hot vapor refrigerant are the ones that are going to heat up the water. So then after it all after it compresses into the vapor refrigerant, it goes into our titanium condenser. That is where I will show you later on our ThermoLink. The water comes in, contracts with our titanium condenser, goes down into the titanium condenser, and the pool water comes out hot. That's pretty much the basic way it works. One of the main things, this one is supposed to be here, but I'm going to let you know of some basic extras as to why our heat pump is better for a client to buy other than a gas heater or an electrical heater. Why choose AquaCal? Why choose a heat pump? These are another things that you can mention to your customer. Some of these things are for you, some of these things are for your customer. AquaCal is the largest swimming pool heat pump manufacturer in the world. That's a fact. We've been in business for 35 years, and we've been pioneering heat pumps in the United States and all over the world. AquaCal manufactured over 275,000 heat pumps. That's huge. And AquaCal heat pumps are the most efficient, and they set a standard for heat pump technology, reliability, and performance. There's a lot of things that you will see that I might not show you now, that I might show you in a later class and training, that these things are made very well. Again, why choose our AquaCal units? Other benefits. Has absolutely we have the absolutely quietest units on the market, which means your neighbors won't get upset at having another piece of machinery out there other than the AC unit. Locally in Florida, which this won't benefit you, but you could probably be considered one of the trucks on the road to helping out, knowing about the AquaCal unit and servicing them. We have 21 trucks on the road, techs, vans, parts, everything that we use locally. Our technicians are CPO and HVAC certified, licensed and insured. So that's good to know. I known two of the technicians for 20 years when I used to work here in Horner, and they're right now running the department. So they definitely know their stuff. And we are the only manufacturer with on-site test lab. That's another thing. I'll explain to you a benefit to you and how you can train more to learn more about the benefits of the heat pump. And we have an environmental chamber, which is open up to anybody. Anybody can see it, and you guys will see the 10 engineers working in our engineering department. It's a pretty big deal. Our heat pumps, they make them amazing. They make them to a T. Another benefit, we can heat up any pool that you need. If you have big, small, you have no space for a heat pump, if you have if you have a lake or some kind of water base, we can pull heat out of the water. We can size up a heat pump for you, any pool that you would need. We also have commercial units, which are selling a lot right now. Another benefit, just like I mentioned before, which is very important, is how quiet our heat pump is, our super quiet is. As no noise to the equipment pad, you can't hear from 10 feet away, so it's virtually silent. It's positively the quietest heat pump on the market. That's something you can mention to your neighbor and to your customer, and that will definitely put some points on this. Now let's go back to something that I'm going to talk about a little bit that makes our units one of the best and more efficient. The total cost of operation you have to look at. You can't just look at the price in the beginning. You have to look at how much it's going to cost to run in the future. So the cost to purchase, total cost of operation is the cost to purchase the heater and the cost to operate the heater to heat the pool. You can't be fooled by people saying, I can get cheaper, I can get it cheaper, I can get it cheaper. They probably can get it cheaper, but in the long run, it's not going to be cheaper. They're gonna end up paying a lot more when that electricity bill comes. So we have this patented Thermalink titanium heat changer, which Aquacal makes. It's their own. And what it does, it allows the unit to run on speeds as low as 1,560 RPMs, other than 2,350 RPMs. So that's pretty huge when it comes down to savings in the electricity bill, especially here in the Caribbean, which, you know, the kilowatts sky high. There could be a difference of savings from $23.40 to $93.96 per month on the variable speed. These days, as you know, I'm sure you're putting in a lot of variable speeds, and people are asking, how could I save on electricity? If they have that variable speed on there, they're going to end up saving that much on their electricity bill. So they can save money on that variable speed by reducing the RPMs needed on the same flow rate. So that's one of the benefits, huge benefits, of why Aquacal is the best unit out on the market right now. Going back to also the Thermalink, low pressure drop on water, 2.0 PSI at 45 gallons per minute. It's ETL listed to UL standard. There's no bypass manifolds, and it's the direct plumbing into it. And a built-in winterization drain, and also limited lifetime limited warranty. This is the huge part right here. 2.0 PSI times 2.31 is 4.6 feet of head. That's small. I'm not sure, but I think the other units have maybe 20 feet ahead in their heat exchanger. So that in itself, the weight and running and doing the RPM, it's not beneficial to the heat pump, and it's not as good as ours. This is how it works. It's ours, patented by us, that our titanium is used a counterflow management to maximize the heat transfer between water and refrigerant. Water comes in, and as you can see, the comparisons between where the Freon is, where it starts warming up, and then when the water starts coming out, the heat, already the vapor that's in there is already starting to heat up the water. So that in itself is makes it efficient for this heat pump, our heat pump. We go again to basics and why it would be the best for your client to get a Aquacal heat pump, and for you to start promoting these heat pumps and to learn more about them. Affordability. It can heat a pool for about 25% of the cost of heating it with gas. That's in itself is great. The life expectancy is 12 to 15 years for a heat pump. Although you want to, I think you should have it for 10 so you can sell more heat pumps. No, I'm just kidding. You can afford to heat your pool all the time, not just intermediately. You can heat your pool rain or shine, which is going back to the original things for your customer. Heat pumps are green and have virtually no effect on your carbon footprint. And the higher COP, which is the coefficient of performance, the more efficient it is. So, for example, if you're putting $1 into this heat pump, you're going to get $6 of energy from it. So that's 600%. And that all depends on the COP, and our units have the highest COP in the market. So that what makes it efficient. So comparing it to other units and what is going to help you or your business, I think you can be the hero for that person. Because I tell you, I was in my true story. I was in my pool this weekend, and it's still a little chilly here. The water's still cold, and I get in with my daughter, and my girlfriend will not get in because of how maybe cool the water is. The water was nice for me. I still don't have a heat pump. I know I work for a heat pump distribution company, but I'm waiting on Bill Kent said he was going to talk to me about getting me a free one or something like that. I don't know, but no. But I definitely got to get a.
I think I better comment on
Got to
that.
get one. So even though I was happy on it, my daughter was happy on it. My girl stayed outside. She just stayed in it because she didn't want to get in because it was too cold. I have to be that hero and get that heat pump so we can go in the pool all the time. So just to recap on some things, and these are things I'm going to separate benefits for your homeowner and separate the benefits for you. It's an investment. Maximizes their enjoyment in pools. They can exercise, relax, swim. Their health will be better throughout the whole year. They can spend more quality time with their family and friends. Therapeutic value, and they can do this with a AquaCal heat pump, and they won't go broke doing it. It's efficient. They can do it through the whole year, and they will see the difference in their bill. Now, your benefits. What are your benefits? Easy to install, easy to troubleshoot, easy to maintain, safer than any gas heater. You want to work with gas? It's not the safest thing to do. Word of mouth referrals. Say for example, you have a happy client. They bought one, and they see them swimming next door, and they come over and say, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" "I'm swimming in my pool." It's like, "Well, why are you swimming in your pool? And it's cold out there." Well, they have the heat pump. Referrals are huge, and when it comes down to this. Training. When next time you're in Florida, we'll put you up in a hotel by St. Petersburg. We'll do some training. We'll go through the whole manufacturing place, so you can see how they're actually made. If you're a technical guy, you'll love it. If you're not a technical guy, you still love it because they'll go over the basics just like I am, and they'll continue to teach you on how good these heat pumps are. And biggest benefit I think is you'll be making some money and you'll be growing your business. So that's huge. Another thing that will benefit you, and I want to tell you also some tools because I can't just throw you out there and say, go sell some heat pumps, go do it without any more training, without any literature or anything. You have to use me, call me, ask me anything. If I don't know the answer to it, I'll find out. And if you want me to have some kind of small Skype meeting with your neighbor, you bring them in, we'll sit down, and I'll explain once again the basics of the unit that will benefit them, and I could help you out. Number two, the second tool you can use, our website. Our website was just redone. It's great. That's where you could find the AquaCal's called the Operations Cost Estimator. That's where you can put in all the details of the pool, and it'll give you the exact perfect heat pump you need for that pool. You'll put in all the information. You could put in where you're at, whatever place you are on Earth. It will take the temperature readings from there, and it'll give you the exact heat pump that you need. Also, literature. You can always. We're gonna send you some literature, so always have handy on any of the heat pumps. It looks this is how they look. On every kind, it will tell you the explanation. And again, once again, if you're a technical guy and you want to know about, the voltage, that voltage input, hey, we can talk about that, and it's all on here. Other tools that you might want that we can help you is and help you guys sell, which are the maintenance guys, door hangers. You drop off a door hanger to everybody that you're servicing a pool to. Hey. You could put your name down here or sticker down here, or we could even work with our marketing department to put your name on literature so that you can personalize things. These are tools that other manufacturers, they will not help you with. We try to differentiate ourselves from other manufacturers. So these are excellent tools that the customer will see, that usually the end buyer, that's what they usually run into. Basics, how does it work? What will it save me? How nice it looks? Is it quiet? Things like that. And that's about it. And also, just like I said about the marketing department, we could help set something up for that. You can call me anytime. We can get more into technical. If I know the answer, I'll let you know. If I don't, I will definitely find out. And if you have any questions for me, I'm done with the basics, but
I have an appointment tomorrow afternoon. I've got a guy that's got a 20 by 40 pool, and he's told me his wife wants the pool at 90 degrees all winter. And, you know, we're kind of wondering about whether this heat pump will work or not
Mm.
for that. What do you think?
I think we could definitely find a heat pump for that, for that pool.
Could
I
we,
think if you give me,
could you help me size it
yes, I can.
now?
If- Yes, we can go online and,
Was
you
that,
have all the information on the pool?
yeah?
Yes.
What was that a PowerPoint program you just used?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you're not online.
Can
Well, do you have to go online to size it, or can we size it without the PowerPoint? By the way, send me that PowerPoint
Okay.
when you get a chance. You know, not right
No
this
problem.
second.
Yes, also, if you being the client, I could send you PowerPoints. If you have a hotel that's, that you want to present it to, also I could send you PowerPoints. Send you all the tools you need so that, I can help you sell.
No, that was good, Anthony. That was good.
Do you want to see how?
I want you to size it for me. Yeah. I mean, based on my own experience, I think that that's one of the obstacles that the dealer feels a lot is, well, you got all these models, how do you size the thing? So
Okay.
let's see how you do.
Are we online here? All right.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, I gotta take the keyboard anyway. So we have our resource.
It was under where to buy.
I'm sorry?
Under where to buy is where that tab is, I think. Size and savings and size
Oh, wow.
estimator.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't sized a heat pump for anybody
Haven't you?
on this one, but I think it's the same program.
It's the same
That's
program,
okay.
yeah. Oh, that's not the
No,
sizing
this is
guide.
where to buy.
Okay.
Uh,
I haven't been
saving.
on this new website either.
I think it might be under
Uh,
resources.
Look at it, maybe under education? There it is. Where'd you find it?
It was an education in the bottom, probably not the best part too.
Okay.
I think there should be a big button outside on the front.
Okay.
saying- Okay, so we can use metric or US. I think we're in the Caribbean, mostly
Oh,
we're gonna use US.
Whichever one you're most comfortable with, I don't care. It's up to you.
And just because we have geometric and water heat pumps, we picked what we're going to use to heat the
Yeah.
pool. Now we're going to base the statistics as to
Let's put it in, don't you go to Trinidad?
No,
Where do you go?
Turks and Caicos.
Well, they may not have a, oh, there it is. If you go there, let's do that one.
Yes. There's no
There's no
state. There's no. Oh, here it goes.
Providenciales, yeah.
That's where.
Okay, so I want in December, January, and February, I want the pool at 90 degrees. December, January, and February. December, January, and February.
Last half.
Your mouse is erratic, isn't it?
So we're seeing in Turks and Caicos that statistically it's 76, 77, 78 degrees.
Yeah, well, it's pretty warm here in the winter time, but my wife wants it at 90, not 80.
She wants it at 90?
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's what it's just showing the average temperature as to temperature difference. We're going to put 90, so we're talking about
14 degrees in January. It's 76.
86. So we're talking about 14 degrees difference. Oh, I'm just gonna override it. Okay, 14 degrees. Now we put in all the information.
I think you have to put in the red star, so just put something in there no matter what. TC or BK or, AA or something.
Okay. Prepared by, it would be, you would be doing it, so with me, either way.
Okay,
Distributor, of course, you know what.
we don't need any of that.
So we're gonna continue to step 2.
Mm-hmm.
So now we need the width and the length of the pool.
Well, the surface, it's a free-form pool, but the surface area is 600 square feet.
We can go by that, 100 square feet.
And the average depth is 3.5 feet.
Width.
Average depth.
Would you say there's high wind conditions?
No, no wind.
No wind.
We're off the beach.
And this is,
60 to 60 cycle, no cleaning system,
Disclaimers to inspection.
nothing else. There's nothing unusual about this pool.
Show types below for, show units below for type. Okay, so we're gonna try the heat wave super quiet.
Okay. And we're not
Yeah.
gonna have a blanket no matter what. so
No
you can-
blanket?
No blanket, you can skip those if you can. And
Do you wanna compare it? I think this
I
does
wanna
a comparison.
yeah, I wanna
to
compare
LP
it to propane gas.
Propane?
Down here, propane gas costs $3 a gallon. And
And
the
the kilowatt
electric
years?
rate is 15 cents a kilowatt hour.
Where?
Electric rate, 15 cents
Is
a
it?
kilowatt hour.
It's cheap.
We don't need a blanket pool. So we're gonna go to no blanket.
Okay. Wouldn't it pick it?
Hmm?
What unit? Wouldn't it pick the unit that we need?
Well,
Because it's asking me to pick it. At least,
it's asking you to pick
at
it.
least one coin combination is required. Okay. So I think. That's 6. You run it 6 point. Oh no.
Yeah, you gotta start that over. So that was 600 square feet. 3.5 deep.
We're gonna go by 600.
That was for liquid blanket, that column. See the 3 columns there?
Yeah.
We don't really care about liquid blanket, we're not doing that.
So we have 1 year, 5 year, and 10 year as to the AquaCal savings.
Mhm. So what's it telling me?
Pool without blanket. Gas heating costs $3,556. AquaCal, well, that doesn't make sense. So that's not a good unit to use.
You better go back to the prior page. Something's wrong there.
Yep, you guys at $3, get 15. Am I picking the wrong unit?
Maybe the gas heat's too cheap, I don't know, must be. That doesn't seem right that, that the,
Estimated surface area 600 square feet.
that's good, the gallonage is right, the pounds is right.
Wind conditions, no 60 hertz. Heat wave, no blanket. LP gas, $3 a gallon. Sounds, but still, the negative 42,000 is, something's out of whack here.
I don't know, you know, I don't know.
918 BTUs, 918,000 BTUs.
Go back to the power again, and maybe the 15 doesn't have a digit in front of it. It's supposed to be 0.15 cents, 15 cents again, a therm. Electric heat rate, 0.15. I think that's what's missing.
There you go.
Now you're talking.
So we're comparing 1 to 5 to 10 years.
Well, let's
First
just
year.
look for a year. So it's gonna cost me $500 to do that with your heat pump. And if I chose a gas heater instead, it's gonna cost me $3,500 to do that.
So it's a 86% savings all around.
Yeah,
And that's the,
so that's
the biggest one.
so the heat pump you picked is gonna work, and it's gonna save me a lot of money.
Yes, it will. Excellent.
Okay.
Do you